स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु।
Namaste. I'm Shankara Narayanan, a Vaidya, that is a doctor in Indian system of medicine, which is called Ayurveda. We are going to present a number of lecture series on various topics in Ayurveda in the name Are You Today Niramaya Learning Series. In 2019, cluster of pneumonia cases were reported from Wuhan, China, and investigators found this was caused by previously unknown virus, and they named it as 2019 novel coronavirus. Initially, it begins with upper respiratory symptoms. Later, it progresses into the lower respiratory system. This comes under the same family of MERS, that is Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, and SARS, that is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. This one is termed as SARS coronavirus 2, and the disease has been nicknamed as COVID-19. WHO announced COVID-19 as pandemic on March 11, 2020. Once we look into the clinical aspects, there is high infectivity, there is high attack rate. Even the majority, that is 80 to 85%, falls into a mild variety, 15 to 20% of the cases can get into severe forms, especially in those people, patients above 60 years of age, already immunocompromised people, people with diabetes mellitus and hypertension. Mortality rate is 1 to 6%. It can change because denominator still yet to be known, or we have to wait till it is getting stabilized. Incubation period is 2 to 14 days. Even though there is ambiguity about incubation period, we can consider mostly as 2 to 14 days. Transmission is by droplet infection. Once we look into the pathogenesis of novel coronavirus 2, the virus attacked the target cell by binding to ACE2, that is angiotensin converter enzyme, as a receptor. Those are mostly found in the epithelial lining of lungs, intestine, blood vessels, and kidney. Those who is on ACE inhibitors have more possibility of expressing ACE2, which helps the virus to bind to it very easily. Many symptoms of other respiratory diseases are overlap with the symptoms of COVID-19. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, myalgia or fatigue, shortness of breath, anosmia, and later diarrhea and vomiting. Shortness of breath and anosmia are emerging as predictive symptom of COVID-19. Initial diagnosis is by screening with rapid test using immunoglobulin G and M. Later, we can do a confirmatory test using RT-PCR test. Other medical examinations like CT of the chest can be done, which shows bilateral pneumonia with patches in the later stages. In the blood examinations, high levels of liver enzymes are also seen. If you see all this together, we have to consider the case as COVID-19 positive. We have already discussed COVID-19 and its modern scientific aspects. Now we'll try to understand what Ayurveda can do in this particular scenario. Through Ayurveda, we can approach COVID-19 in 3 different ways. First one is prevention. Second one is giving treatments in the initial stages of the disease. Third one is rejuvenation therapy using immunomodulatory Ayurvedic herbs. Now we will try to discuss what we can do as preventive measures. Personal hygiene, social distancing, then don't touch your nose, eyes and mouth after in contact with another person, or if you are exposed to infected environment. Cover your nose and mouth using a mask during the urge. Use sanitizers. Use soap for washing your hands, etc. Now we will explain some specific procedures in Ayurveda, which is called Dhupana, that is medicated herbal fumigation. We can use some specific classical formulations in Ayurveda like Aparajita Churna, or we can do this procedure by using some simple materials which is available at your home, like skin of garlic, mustard, turmeric, etc. What is the advantage of this medicated fumigation? It is having some properties to prevent or even to kill the microbes in that particular area. It can also reduce the moisture content in that area. Another procedure to prevent infection is Gandusha or Kabala, which is oil pulling. We can use any material suitable to the condition of the person and situation, like sesame oil or coconut oil. It is also advisable to take steam or vapor using tulsi or basilic, turmeric, mild varieties of mint. Next important step to follow is Dinacharya, which is daily routine. Vyayama or physical and mental exercises, whichever suitable for our mind and body, should be followed. Respiratory exercises like pranayama, meditation, adequate sleep, ideally 7 to 8 hours, and early sleep is advised. Yoga Nidra will be highly beneficial. Enough care should be taken not to live a sedentary life. We should engage ourselves in such activities which energizes our physique and entertains our mind. After Dinacharya, we should also consider Ritucharya, that is seasonal routine. For example, in summer, we should take easily digestible food with more liquid portion in our diet. In spring, we should try to avoid any kapha augmenting food like oily or fried food. When we are thinking about food, we should take easily digestible food. Try to avoid non-vegetarian food. Refrain from any refrigerated food. Fresh fruits should be preferred over juices. When we are thinking about drinks, we should try to avoid any strong beverages like alcohol, tea, or coffee. Instead, we should try to include infusions in our menu. Some of the combinations which you can try out are coriander, turmeric, ginger combination. Licorice, black dry raisins and ajwain is a tasty combination. If you have cough or cold, you can try out the following combination: tulsi or basilic, coriander, black pepper, dry ginger, curcuma with little bit of jaggery. There is no specific treatment has been developed till yet, other than prevention and symptomatic treatment. Novel coronavirus not only affects the lungs, but it also affects the epithelial lining of intestine and also it affects blood. So when we are planning or making strategy for preventive measures, it should be aimed at strengthening or cleansing our respiratory system, purification of the blood, and most primarily sharpening out our digestive system. We have to be careful while using immuno-boosting herbs or medicines. Sometimes it can trigger hyperimmune response, which can lead to cytokine storm-like conditions. Later, it can create complications. But in Ayurveda, there are many safe immunomodulatory herbs are described, such as Triphala, Amla, Guduchi, and Ashwagandha. There are wide selections of Ayurvedic formulations available. But whenever you are using any kind of Ayurvedic medicines, it should be under a strict supervision of a expert Ayurvedic doctor. Some of the Ayurvedic formulations, such as Gandharva Hastadi Kashaya, which is a decoction which helps to improve your digestive functions. It also helps for absorption and assimilation. Drakshadi Kashaya, which is another decoction which will protect our internal organs, especially liver, which is responsible for the production of complementary molecules. Devadarvyadi Kashaya, which helps to purify your circulatory system. Guduchyadi Kashaya, it's another wonderful herbal combination which we can use as immunomodulatory medicine in this condition. After the convalescent period, you can use some medicines like Rasayana. Example, Agastya Rasayana, Shavanaprasha and Induganta Grida. These medicines will help to prevent any further occurrence of diseases. Apart from medicines, Ayurveda is putting forward some unique concepts like Nitya Rasayana. The items we should include in our daily consumption, like milk and ghee. Judicious use of milk and ghee will help to improve your immunity. But you should take milk and ghee only if your digestive fire is in a good shape. Above all, you can see some higher level concepts called Sadvrita. It's a code of conduct for being healthy. Ethical conduct, moral conduct, personal conduct, and physical conduct. So to conclude, Ayurveda is highly efficient in the initial stages for the prevention, but in the later stages with complication, don't hesitate to take the support of modern medicine. Continue to follow social distancing, but don't forget to keep your kith and kin close to your heart and mind. Let us take this opportunity to make a self-evaluation, and together we can lay a path for the winning streaks to come in the near future. If there is any questions, please feel free to contact us. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you. Namaste.